Hey guys, MoneyMan300 making videos about video games, and well, I wanted to do a part two to my commentary on the Ghost multiplayer reveal event. I kind of had to rush it because of the gameplay, and there were a lot of other things that I want to cover and expand on a little bit, and there were some things I didn't just didn't get to. So I want to do a part two and expand a little bit on a couple of things, and like I said, cover a couple additional things I didn't get to. The gameplay here, in honor of Infinity Ward, I went and hopped on to Modern Warfare 3 to see if I could get a quick gameplay. And first game came out, dominated a little domination. Not really. Won the game, but had an average gameplay, but it's not terrible. So yeah, and enjoy watching that while we talk a little Call of Duty Ghosts. So one of the things I want to start with, and it's kind of where I ended, and that was to expand a little bit on the no in-game live streaming and no theater mode. So I thought that was interesting that they came out, but not really surprising, because on the next generation consoles, they're going to have some of that ability built in. The ability to record gameplay, I believe, is in both of them, and also the ability to stream out there. Now, in-game streaming, I don't think that's a big deal at all. I don't know anybody that used the Black Ops in-game streaming to stream. Maybe some people did, but certainly it's a lot better quality if you can use an Elgato or an external device to stream out there, and you can put your video on there and use things like XSplit to make it a more enjoyable experience for the people. So I really don't see that as a big deal. Theater mode's an interesting one. I have a theory about theater mode, and it started in the original Black Ops. That was the first theater mode. And that's also where the degree of lag compensation that would get started. And my theory, put the tinfoil hat on, maybe, I don't know. But my theory is that that's where they had to do the lag compensation to keep everything in sync a lot more than they used to have to in order to support that. The other theory is it's very taxing on the system. And I think that in order to get what they needed out of this, especially to play this on the 360, they needed to drop it. It's not a big deal for me. I don't use theater mode, but it'll be interesting to see what the reaction of other people is there. And on the next gen consoles, if you can record and you can go back and watch them, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But I thought that was interesting. Expand a little bit on the game types. I touched on crank a little bit, and that's where when you kill somebody, you get special abilities with each kill you get. It starts with, I believe, you move faster and you reload faster, and it kind of moves up from there. But at the same time, you can't just camp in a corner, because you have 30 seconds to make your next kill or you explode. So that's kind of cool. It looks like a very fast-paced team deathmatch type of game. One I didn't talk about was search and rescue. So search and rescue is a search and destroy game type with a kill confirmed take on it, which is pretty cool. So what it is in search and destroy, generally a no respawn game type. When you die in search and rescue, you drop a tag, and if your teammate gets your tag, you respawn. If the enemy team gets your tag, then you're out for that round. So I think that sounds pretty cool. Kind of another take on search and destroy, maybe to speed it up, and you're not sitting out as much, and encourage lots of teamwork and sticking together. So I'm really looking forward to trying that one out. I noticed that Infected is returning. That was a community favorite in Modern Warfare 3. That's coming back. Grind and Blitz are the other two that I didn't touch on. I don't know details on those. I know one of them I heard somebody talk about that mentioned that it's sort of CTF-like. Maybe it's the replacement for CTF, where there's like a circle on the other side that you get into, and once you get in there and you're in there for a certain amount of time, it actually takes you back to your spawn and you do it again. It sounded interesting. I don't know much about it. And then I touched a little bit on the squad game types, and there's 4 or 5 different squad game types, and that utilizes your custom characters. So one of the ones I think might be kind of fun is you can go 1v1 against somebody, but you take your squad into battle with you. And the AI controls you get to control one of your players, and or maybe not, maybe they just battle each other, but I'm assuming you control one of your players, and then you go against another player and their squad. So that could be, I think that sounds kind of cool. I think somebody mentioned out there, I saw it there, there's 14 maps altogether, so that's a pretty good amount of maps. And Clan Wars is something that I really didn't get to, or didn't talk about, and that's really the next generation of Call of Duty Elite. And it's more interactive with what happens inside the game, and it looks like you can have clan challenges, and it'll match you up against other clans, and then what you do in game, whether it's a certain number of wins, or I'm assuming captures and all the different types of things that you can do, has an impact on a metagame in Call of Duty Elite, and I don't recall if they're actually calling it Call of Duty Elite, but yeah, but it can, there's a control for territory. So if it, like, you get X amount of wins in a team deathmatch game type, you take control of a certain area of a map. Is the way that they showed it, and it looks interesting. It looks like another way or another level of a way that you can compete against other clans. So that should be fun to see what that's all about. Another thing is you can carry over your progressions from one generation of consoles to the next in the same console family. So if you start on the Xbox 360, you go buy an Xbox One, you can essentially, through the cloud saves and those things, just carry over your character, carry everything over. That's really cool, so that if you start on the 360 and then you get that, you don't have to start all over. Everything comes with you. So I think that's a really good thing, and a really good way to encourage people to get the new console and not have to start over. And in the same kind of in the same vein, the season pass still exists, and there's going to be 4 DLC packs they announced. But this will also carry over to the Xbox One or the PS4 in family. If you buy it on one, you'll still be able to get the downloadable content on the other. So I think that's another good thing. Side note: GameStop announced a $10 trade up. So all of these things to me lead me to think, I don't know, maybe I just haven't seen it, but I don't think there's an official release date for the Xbox One. But I have a feeling that Ghost is going to come out on the PS3 and potentially Xbox 360 a few weeks before it comes out on the Xbox One. And so GameStop's got this $10 trade-in, and if you're like me, I want to have Call of Duty on the first day, whether it's 360 or Xbox One, and that $10 trade-in, I will gladly pay $10 to play it for a couple of weeks before a couple of weeks before the Xbox One, and then trade it in for $10. So I think that's cool. Definitely take advantage of it if it does come out before the Xbox One comes out, or the PS4 if you're getting that as well. So another thing, the graphics. I didn't really touch on the graphics, but man, they look solid, and I've had the opportunity now to watch a few different videos and gameplays from some of the people that are out there playing, and it looks really good. They were playing on, and other people have mentioned this, they were playing on a PC running an Xbox One emulator, so it's close to Xbox One, but they looked fantastic, and some of those things. So definitely an upgraded graphics. The new sniper field of vision looks really cool. So that's fun. Couple of things. No, they didn't talk anything about connections or dedicated servers or things like that. If I had to guess, there's probably not going to be dedicated servers in this. I just don't see it happening. Not yet. I really don't expect too many what I would consider next generation stuff in here, other than the upgraded graphics and the updated gameplay aspects of it, as they kind of stripped the engine down and redid it. But as far as truly next generation and really taking advantage of what the PS4 and what the Xbox One has to offer, I just don't see that yet. And it's understandable as they're having to really develop to the lowest common denominator at this point to be able to make it available on each of the generation platform of hardware. So I don't expect dedicated servers. I do, however, I think it's okay to expect better connections than we've seen in the last couple of titles. I think it's gotten progressively worse since the original Black Ops. It was noticeable in Black Ops. It was more noticeable in Modern Warfare 3, and it's been most noticeable, for whatever reason, in Black Ops 2. So I'm really hoping that they get that straightened out, and it's going to have much better hit detection. So yeah, overall, as my gameplay, I think it's we're starting to get close there. But overall, it really looks like a great game, and I've had the opportunity to watch, like I said, a few different gameplays, and it looks cool. But again, everybody is saying that it is different. It's not not your father's Call of Duty, if you want to put it that way, but it's different, and it's gonna be it's going to have a different feel, and it might require different tactics. It's going to require probably some people adapting. There's probably not people that aren't going to like it, but I'm excited about it. I like the fact that it's different. I think I'm ready to take on something that is a little different. So yeah, so it should be good. I'm really looking forward to it, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.